Hi, my name is Alicia King. I'm used to speaking without a microphone using my teacher voice, so I'm sorry if I end up yelling at you. I'm here from Kansas with my husband, David, and sorry for not following the green memo. I had picked out this outfit before that had been sent, so I stand out like a sore thumb today. We are the very proud parents of Stratton, who actually got to come along with us here last year when he was 6 months old. Even though Elisa really wanted him to come along again this time, I was not about to unleash that chaos on all of you. I do promise to bring him back to a future conference someday so he can meet all of you amazing people who have made such an incredible difference in his life already, just once I can bribe him to stay in a seat longer than a few seconds. Stratton is 18 months old now, and since we're from Kansas, I'm going to lovingly describe him as an EF5 tornado that is capable of wiping out everything in its path. I joke that most of my day is just a complete dumpster fire because as soon as I start in on one task, he likes to start helping, which is not helpful at all, or is trying to climb the walls or escape the house, or definitely tormenting one of his sisters. There's no telling what he has on his agenda that day when he wakes up in the morning, but I can assure you that mayhem is on the top of the list. Besides being 100% wild boy, he is also so many other things. He is affectionate. He has recently learned how to blow kisses, and although he doesn't have the blowing part down quite yet, him smooching his hand and then giving the sweetest little grin will melt you into a puddle. He is sympathetic. I was having a rough morning the other day, and as I was shedding a few stay-at-home mom tears, stay-at-home mom who's about to lose her mind tears, he went and grabbed his sister's sweatshirt off the counter, brought it over to me, leaned down, and tried drying my tears with it, then sat in my lap to give me some snuggles. He is helpful. He loves to do his chore of putting the clean silverware in the drawer, and he beams with pride when he's done. He has more confidence in himself than his mom is comfortable with. The fireman's pole on the playground, he full-heartedly believes he can slide down that by himself, and he cannot. He is strong. Every 3 months when he gets his labs drawn, the phlebotomist has to poke around both of his arms multiple times to find his vein, but every time we go back for another appointment, he never holds a grudge. He is brave. I was an emotional wreck for his first MRI since I wasn't going to get to be with him as they put him under. But when it was time for him to go back, he went to that nurse and away they went without a single reach for mom or dad. Now that you have an understanding of just how amazing our sweet boy is, let me tell you about our ALD journey. David and I first became parents in 2022, back when newborn screening for ALD wasn't in Kansas yet. Our first is a girl named Celie, and we are unsure of her status. Stratton's geneticist actually suggested that we don't test her and that we should advise her not to test until she's ready to have kids because of how it could affect her ability to acquire health or life insurance in the future. Our second daughter was born 16 months later in June of 2023, before the pilot testing of Kansas even began, but was flagged by the state for XALD. We're assuming because the state lab was doing early validation screening, gearing up for the official pilot phase of testing. Now, this is the traumatic part of our story. I remember it like it was yesterday, and it will forever be ingrained in my mind. Swayze was 1 or 2 weeks old at the time. I was sitting in the recliner in our living room, and she was napping in the swing right in front of me. I had a call from a number I didn't recognize come through, so I ignored it. A minute later, I got a notification that I had a voicemail. I pulled it up, and it was from our family doctor's office. The nurse on the message said, "Hi, Alicia, this is so-and-so from Dr. Kramer's office. We got the results from Swayze's newborn screening back, and it says she has something called X-linked adrenoleukodystrophy. If you have any questions, give me a call back." Well, I was not about to call her back and ask any questions because she obviously was not going to be able to tell me much. I know all of the professionals in the room are about to cringe when I say this, but I decided to just jump on Google and see what in the world that nurse was trying to tell me. I tried my best to phonetically spell out the jumbled names she left on the message, And I apparently did a good enough job because it brought up results for what I was looking for. I was wildly unprepared for what I was about to read, though. Google's AI overview feature made sure to really just lay it all out there for me. X-linked adrenoleukodystrophy is a rare inherited yada yada causing progressive neurological deterioration or spinal cord nerve damage, rapid progressive cognitive behavioral neurological decline. The rate at which this disorder progresses is variable, but can be extremely rapid, often leading to disability within a few years. Individuals with the cerebral form of X-linked adrenoleukodystrophy usually survive only a few years after symptoms begin. There is no cure. I was destroyed reading that. What do you mean this perfect little baby right here laying in front of me is going to die in a few years? After an utter complete meltdown, I was able to dive a little more into researching the disease. Luckily, after clicking the actual links instead of relying solely on the information in the overview at the top of the Google page, which ironically is something I have told my kids at school a million times to never do, I learned that my sweet Swayze was somewhat in the clear. From there, we met with our geneticist at Children's Mercy in Kansas City, got David and I tested, learned that I was the carrier, and thought we weren't going to have to worry about this terrible disease for the foreseeable future. Joke's on us, because God had a different plan. Natural family planning did us dirty. And 4 months after Swayze was born, I was pregnant again. Scared and embarrassed was an understatement for me. I thought, what are our friends and family gonna think when they know what us having another baby, especially a boy, could entail? Both of us wanted a boy, but I hoped for a girl. 3 months into my pregnancy, the phone call came telling us the gender of our baby, a boy. I wasn't scared like I thought I would be. I had an incredible sense of comfort my entire pregnancy, and I assured myself that God was going to take care of this boy and he was going to come out perfect. February of 2024 is when Kansas made screening for XALD routine for all newborns, and in September of that year, Stratton was born, and he did come out perfect in every way. Over the next week, I wasn't worried in the least about his screening results because I knew he was fine. I was standing in my kitchen when I got a call from a Topeka phone number, and I immediately knew who was calling and why. I don't think I heard anything that woman said other than genetics at Children's Mercy would be reaching out to me soon. I stood there for only a minute or two trying to figure out how I was going to break the news to my husband when my mother-in-law's senses were obviously mother-in-lawing, because she walked in and asked, "Hey, have you heard anything from Stratton's doctor yet?" I so badly wanted to lie and tell her no because I hadn't even had time to tell my husband, let alone process the news myself. But I couldn't bring myself to do it, which then resulted in lots of questions I didn't have the answers to yet. Our first appointment was back with genetics team at Children's Mercy, who I will say are all wonderful. But I'll never forget the genetic counselor gently asking us, did we not explain well the risks associated with another pregnancy, especially if it was a boy? I wanted to turn to dust and just blow away in that moment. The one positive of that appointment was the genetic counselor suggesting that I try to find some ALD support groups on Facebook to join, and that's when I found this wonderful foundation. I navigated to the ALD Alliance webpage and clicked on the tab for family support. I saw that they offered a newborn screening care package and thought that that was really neat, so I signed up. Little did I know that care package is what would start my friendship with Miranda, us getting to attend this conference for the first time last year solely because of the travel scholarship, which we are immensely grateful for, and the sense of community we have found by getting to know everyone in person. Getting to be here last year, ask questions to those of you who have dedicated your career to knowing more about the disease and making friends with other ALD families was truly life-changing, and I cannot begin to explain how thankful we are for what Elisa has built and what those of you in this room are doing. Turns out, God did take care of our boy in the form of newborn screening. Right now, he is completely healthy and asymptomatic, and because of newborn screening, we will have the opportunity to catch the disease early if it ever rears its ugly head. Thank you all so much for what you have done and what you are doing for our boys. And thank you for letting me tell you about our ALD journey thus far.